Hello, this is Chas with Heirloom Leaves and Seeds, and today I thought I would show you my seed starting setup. Now here I have got, this has 5 shelves, and I was very particular when picking this out because I wanted to have the trays, and these are just standard trays, but I wanted this standard size trays to fit right in between the shelf because they have this little lip, and when you're using soil blocks, if say it was a little bit smaller, this is 24 inches deep, and say if you used an 18, one or both, that little lip would cause the tray to sit like this, and when you would water the soil blocks, they would not be able to absorb it evenly because it was tilted. So I was very particular, and I wanted to get one long enough so the tray would sit right in. It wouldn't be hanging over the edge and slanted. So this one is 24 inches deep, and that works perfectly. And as you can see here, these are some that I started earlier, and I can fit 4 of the standard size trays and humidity domes across. And underneath I have got a heat mat, and it sits within the sides and it runs the entire length of each shelf. Now this is from a company called Spider Farmer, and I got it off of Amazon, and I've been really happy with it. Now it is not adjustable, you just plug it in, that's the temperature it stays at, but it's worked perfectly so far. And then for the lights, a lot of people, and I even did this too, and it's crazy because I'm not even using it right now, but I do have one of those fancy LED multicolored grow lights, but in reality you don't actually need those. You can just use an LED shop light. I got these at Harbor Freight and they work perfectly. Now these are called Braun 4-foot LED hanging shop lights, 120 VAC, and I will put 2 per shelf. I've got 2 here, and I just use simple chains and hooks to suspend them, and then I can raise and lower them when I need to. But I put them, I like, let me see, they're about 6 inches in from each side, and that way each soil block gets plenty of light. Now I will show you a close-up of how I water the seedlings and kind of show you this from the setup from top to bottom. Okay, here's a close-up. Here is the shop lights, and here you can see the 4 trays across, and it just works perfectly. Let's see if I can show you. This is the Spider Farmer heat mat, and you can see kind of how it goes all the way down. Now I just watered these yesterday, so they're not going to be super thirsty, but here's a close-up of my soil blocks, and this is how I water them. I just pour some water in, and I will just let it soak up. And if there is any leftover water, after a few minutes, I will just tip it out because you don't want them to sit in excess water. That's not good for them. But look, they have already soaked up that water. And keep in mind too, when you have your soil blocks or anything for that matter on a heat mat, they will dry out a lot faster. And this is how I label my soil blocks. This I find is the easiest. When you're done, you can just peel them right off. It's just painter's tape. And this works really good for me. This is the best way to label soil blocks I have found. Now I'm still working on the best way to label plants outside because my system is not working for me. Everything seems to fade, get lost, rot, if it's wood. I'm really struggling with this, so And I don't really like to use plastic either, so I think my favorite way so far is to use popsicle sticks, but they do rot and they do tend to fade. So if you guys have a favorite way to label plants outside, let me know. But that is how I water the soil box. Check this out. These were started, I think these were the 22nd. And look at the status, they're already germinating. See these guys. I've got some mahogany splendor popping up. And some salvia back there. But yeah, this is my setup, guys. And once most of the, like, say this is a soil block, and say, I forget the exact percentage, but maybe 80 to 90% of them have germinated, that's when you're gonna wanna take the humidity domes off. Look here. This is Sorrento. Right there's one that's starting to pop up. All right, well, I think that's it for this video. You guys have a good week. I'll see you later. Bye.